Friends, this is our second class on terms in linguistics. And the last class we saw a distinction made by Saussure, langue and parole. Langue means the system of language, and parole means the use of it, or the performance of it, or doing of it. Isn't it? Yes. So that is langue is we can say it is shared by a speech community. The knowledge of language shared by a speech community is langue. The individual's use of that language is, or that shared by speech community is what we call performance. So this we have done in the last class. Today we have got two other terms, competence and performance. These are given to us by Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky, generative grammar. Noam Chomsky. Very famous, no? So I should write his name. This probably you might misunderstand this. So Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky, yes. So here what happens is that he says competence and performance. Now these two keywords in linguistics, especially in generative grammar. So first in his book, Aspects of the Theory of Syntax, that is Aspects of the Theory of Syntax, 1965, Aspects. For short we say aspects of the theory of syntax. So that's the book, and it is in this book that he used these two words, competence and performance. Now what do you mean by, as you can see, competence means knowing, performance means doing, that's all. So competence means knowing, you know it, and performance means doing. That's all. Knowing something and doing something, that's about language. When you say you know language means what? You know all the rules of language. Isn't it? So underlying rules of language, you know also the skills of language, that is LSWR. What is LSWR? LSWR. Listening, speaking, writing and reading. So you should know listening, speaking, writing and reading. You should listen. You should be able to understand things we have not so far probably heard. We are speaking about English language, then it is in English. Understand? Or speaking. You should be able to generate new sentences and speak. Generate means make. And then you production. And W, write. You should be in a position to write or create new sentences which you haven't done till then. So that is your competence means. Understand? And also reading. Yes, reading any passage from anywhere in English. As far as English is concerned, that is English competence. Competence of any language means that. So you should also be in a position to distinguish between grammatical sentences and non-grammatical sentences. For example, suppose you have got the competence, okay, the ability, the capacity, you can say. It is the capacity, or it is the ability, or it is your knowing, it is your that mastery of rules of the language. That's what is meant by competence means. So what happens is that you should be in a position to, if somebody says like this, he went yesterday, you should be able to say that, no, that's wrong. Because if you have got the competence, then you will know he went. There's no need of using ed, that will be double past tense. Okay, for sentences like this, most unkindest cut of all. Then immediately you will feel, that something is gone wrong here. Yeah, there is something wrong. That is that feeling, because if you are competent, your competence will tell you that. Or as Joseph wrote, He never ne villainy ne said. He did not say. He never said no villainy. He never ne said. He never said. He never means he never. No villainy. He never. No villainy. Never. No said. So that means 3 negatives are there. So you will say, that's wrong. You will say according to logic. But it's kind of like, or if somebody writes like this, no? 2 terrible ideas were slowly fighting each other. 2 terrible ideas cannot fight, or they sleep together. 2 terrible ideas are sleeping together. So you say, something is wrong there. Although the sentence is well formed, but you will say that it is not correct. You cannot put things like that, you will say. So that is what is meant by saying your competence. Understand? So you should know the rules, you should know how to use things, you should know phonology, you should know morphology, you should know syntax. That knowing, see, that is what we call competence. Now performance is doing. See, for example, speaking, writing, listening, and then reading. This is performance part of that. You should be able to do that. Okay. So I think that is it. So again, if you say competence is ability, if it is the ability, then what is your ability to use sentences, understand new sentences, and so on, to generate new sentences, to understand new sentences, and so on, and your competence, your performance is actually doing it. Listen. When you go for IELTS and so on, you can see you have all this speaking, listening, writing, etc., and reading. So very often, whatever writing people, they miss their score. Sometimes it happens, or one of these. That means you are actually, it is a test for competence, whether you are competent enough to use English language in an English-speaking country. That's all. So that is very, very. And then ability. The other one is performance, means actually doing it. That's what you do here. LSW is actually doing that. Okay. Then you will see what is the difference between lang and the competence. Lang is, as I already told you, shared knowledge of a speech community. It is a system shared by everybody. But competence is individual. The individual's capacity. Need not be all the members of the speech community need not have the same competence. But it is individual. And performance is also individual. But lang, of course, their parole is individual. You can say. Performance and parole, you can say, they are almost the same, but not lang and competence. Because the difference between lang and competence is individual and the lang is shared by the speech community. Understand? Okay, and then another point is that in 1986, Knowledge of Language, another book written by Chomsky, Knowledge of Language. Knowledge of Language. That was in 1986. He changed this. In fact, we can say he updated. He said competence is I language, I language, and performance is E language, E language. That means internal, internalized. I stands for internalized. That is in the language that is internalized. E stands for language that is externalized or externalized. When a language is externalized, you produce. Internalized means you get the rules, you understand the rules, you master the rules. Understand? So that is the difference between lang and competence. Competence is individual, while lang is shared. I think that is the major difference between the two. Okay? Alright. Now you have one more. You probably might have heard of the US anthropologist Delheims. And Delheims, he has coined what is called, Delheims, it is appropriate use of appropriate use That's not only knowing, but appropriate use is important. So, that is communicative competence. That's it. Communicative competence. Communicative competence. What is communicative competence? Means the ability to use the language. Of course, knowing is a must. You should know everything. You should know the vocabulary, lexicon, phonology, morphology, syntax, everything you should know. But at the same time, you should be in a position to, you should be able to use language in appropriate situations. For example, simple example will be like this: pass that salt. You can ask your friend, but you cannot do that to your principal who is sitting here. Pass that salt. No. You say, would you please pass that salt? But your friend, he can say, hey, pass that salt. Same thing, same communication, event, etc., but different. So you should have that ability to distinguish, see the difference between when and how to use expressions or language. Socially appropriate situations. See, for example, when you go to your college, you meet your friend, you will say hi. But when you see the principal is standing on the veranda watching how students are behaving, you won't say hi, principal. You will not. Should you understand that? Same thing. Or also, as the teacher comes into your class, you will say hi, teacher. You will not say good morning, teacher. Understand? To a stranger, you will say no. What's time, please? Or to be appropriate or gentle, you will say, what's time, please? To your friend, you will say, what's time? What's time? Understand that? So in America, Texas and southwestern states, they use howdy to friends. Howdy. Howdy means how do you do? See? Howdy. That means how do you do? That way. So that is friendly way of asking how do you do. That's only what you should say among friends. So that's a very important point to note. How to, when to use, where to use language, and how to use. That is communicative competence. This is anthropologist Del Hymes coined this. Actually, this is a term in social linguistics. This is a term in socio-linguistics. Understand? So we say like that. Hi to your friends, not to your principal or your teacher or your even parents. Although your parents are very friendly, you will say hi father, you will not say. You got the point. That's it. So, like that you call your friends, hey, come here, hey, come here, hey, come here. But do you call your elders like that, hey, come here? No, you will not. So that is the difference between communicative competence. I think now I have covered in a short note purpose, this is enough. So I told you about Chomsky, 1965, aspects of the theory of syntax. He presented to the world these two terms, competence and performance. Competence means ability, competence means knowing, performance means that is doing. And when you see the competence part is that is knowledge of your rules of language and so on, and performance is LSWR. All those things are performance. Yes. In IELTS you do this. IELTS or IELTS you do LSWR and get the score for you. And then you saw that the difference between lang and competence. Competence is individual's ability. Lang is shared knowledge of a language by a speech community. That means using the same words. Now in 1986 you saw language in knowledge of language. Chomsky revised these terms. He said I language and the E language. I means internalized language. What you have with you, E means externalized. Then there is Del Hymes coinage, that is communicative competence, means how to use language at different situations. For example, perform, how to, appropriate situation. When you are speaking the elders, when you speak to a society, a group of people, when you are addressing, giving a formal address, for example, a speech like that, you will not say, hey friends, no, you will say respected teacher, respected, and so on like that. So that is communicative competence. I think now it is clear to you what is competence, what is performance, what is communicative competence, what is the difference between competence and the learn. But performance and the parole, you can say, are almost the same. Understand? Only thing is that two different language, words in two different language. Parole means doing. Alright, fine. See you again with more terms in future. Very useful, I think, this small short videos for your UGC net. Bye. Have a nice day.